Hey everyone, and welcome back to Chip's PC Lounge for our video today. It's been a long time since I've done a video, and reason for that is I've been trying to sort things out with loss of income that you've probably heard about if you're on the Telegram. I've been in the Drip Telegram, Animal Farm Telegram, and Garden Telegram, and yeah, it's been a rough month. So yeah, we're in a bit of a pickle, but we're trying to sort ourselves out. But um, in the meantime, what I've had to do is I have had to take from my drip garden and a few other things I've had as well. And drip garden was kind of the sacrificial lamb, if you will. And I have been harvesting mostly since the end of March and taking the BUSD, but not the drip. So for the most part, drip has stayed in my account, and it's topped up my faucet nicely. It was around 15, 14 around a month ago, but thanks to some generosity from the drip community, which I'll go into in another video, I've managed to get this topped up, and also my drip garden drip has gone into this as well, and I've kept the BUSD to help me pay for some things that I've had to pay for due to lack of income. But we'll get into that in another video, because I'm going to do a video on what's happened. But what this does give me is a chance to give you an update on my drip garden, and I thought we'd do a video on where it would be if we didn't harvest, because I know this balance has come down quite a lot, and a lot of people harvest, especially with the farm being closed or paused for now. And I can say, due to my own experience, that you'll cause yourself quite a lot of harm if you do want to harvest from your drip garden. So to be clear, I don't want to harvest from my garden, and I have stopped now because the damage got too bad. I've had to stop and start compounding, my plants again. And I love the drip garden as well, so it was awful having to actually take from it because I did videos on the garden before. But things happen in life, and hopefully we're able to get those plants back one day with the buying power and stuff. Down the road, we can get our garden back to where it should have been. But I'm going to work out on camera where we would have been if we'd not have harvested at all, just to give you an insight of what happens if you harvest all the time. So we did do a bit of a video last month on this, but we've got a lot more data now, and I've worked out how many plants I've harvested. So, and I've run the numbers in the compound interest calculator to find out where my plants should be. Okay, so let's go to my spreadsheets. These individual spreadsheets that I do, it's not like a drip viewer and stuff. I do use drip viewer, but you can see here, these are the amount of plants I've harvested, and I figured that out using an LP value at the time and how much LP I've took out, so I can get the plant value. So I've harvested 501.86 plants. And obviously, when you harvest plants, you're not getting the extra seeds you'd have had. So I've not just lost 501 plants compared to my position if I'd have compounded. We've lost more than that. But you can see this is the reward price. So that this is the price of 2,590,000 seeds. So basically what a plant in seeds is worth. You can see it's came down quite a lot and starting to stabilize a little bit now. In that time, this is the LP to seed ratio in terms of plants worth of seeds. You can see that has came down pretty fast and it's starting to stabilize here. But you will see bigger gaps because these little data points is every time I've compounded or harvested, and those big gaps between my harvests sometimes, so the data's a bit funny. And this is the drip BUSD price again. This seems to have flattened off quite a lot now. And you can see here my LP tokens per day at one point was over 1. And as I've been harvesting, you can see this is where we pretty much started around here. and you can see the drop off right down to where we are now. So yeah, harvesting, guys, this is the kind of drop off you'll expect. This is LP deposit value. I know people like to look at that. You can see what had happened from harvesting, and this is what, since I've been compounding again, it's kind of gone flat. Same with the daily average income, and this is the contract balance from every data point when I've done some compounding or harvesting. And you'll see there's big gaps between some of this data, like 2nd of April to 10th and the 17th, because I wasn't harvesting every day. I was doing it like on a weekly basis at this point. And you can see from the 23rd of April, I've been actually compounding again. Right, so where did I start harvesting properly? Well, we did have a harvest up here, and that was 10th of March. That was like kind of like a test harvest, just to see, get it from working, make sure my wallet was okay to harvest, kind of like a test, and then we've compounded since then till around the 18th of March. So in the compound interest calculators, I've gone from the 18th of March all the way to where we would be today if we'd not have harvested. So we're going to do kind of a fake value here to compare the positions. So we'll do 26th of April. Right now I've got 515 plants. If I'd not have harvested at all, so starting from the 18th of March, and we're now 1 month and 9 days off that, we can calculate this, show how many plants I'd have. And we'd have 1,491 plants. Wow. So we'll put that in there. I'm going to take the same values as I used for my last compound. So these might be slightly different now, as that was around 12 hours ago. Right, so we'd be at 49.2 plants a day. Right, okay. So to work out the LP per day, we take our last LP value. That's crazy. And that would be 0.815 a day. So to work out USDT a day, we take the last LP price that I took, divided times by the LP value per day, which would be 15.9. 15.93 is I've worked out on the calculator on my phone here. I'm never good with the calculator on the computer, but yeah, you'll see this in a second. 15.93. So our earnings would have been times 3 from what we are on now. And to work out the value of the entire amount of LP tokens in our account, we'd do 14.91. This is what I was doing earlier, guys. I messed up. 16.57 equals 24.7 times the LP price of 19.54 would be $482.75. Right, guys, so this is where we would be if we'd not have harvested at all. So obviously the drip price and the LP reward ratio per reward, whatever it is, which stays the same. But the LP tokens per day at the minute we're on around 0.28. You can see if I'd not had been harvesting, we would have been at 0.81. So you can see a significant spike. This is the damage basically I've done to my account. All this here is damage because we've been in a downtrend. The balance has been going down. You can see the value here because drip has obviously gone down as well. So this is not as drastic as this spike here, but you can see we should have been about here. So this graph would have been still going down, but not as bad. We were down here now. We should be around here. And daily average income, you can see that should be at $15.93, not $5.56. So that's a ×3 right there. And the contract balance would be the same. So that's basically what's happened to the account. This is what we should be. We should be on 1,491 plants, and we're not. We're at 515. About to do a compound in a few minutes, but that is crazy. Crazy to think what's happened there, guys. I already took something out of this video. I'm going to explain what's happened, and I'm going to do a video on the drip community and the DeFi community, because it's not just the drip people that's helped me through this tough time. I've had a few other people from a different community as well, and they've really helped me out too. So DeFi space, while there's some bad players, there's a lot of nice people too. But yeah, my garden has suffered, and hopefully one day we'll get those plants back. That's my target. So we're going to compound. We're going to try and compound it as much as we can to try and get back on track, and hopefully we'll see this go up soon. If we all work together and get this up, this is when we'll start seeing that LP per day go up, guys. So yeah, I know it's a bit of a mess with the calculations in there, but you can see that the difference between what we are now and what we would be on if we'd have compounded every day. And that's just every day as well. Bear in mind, I was compounding more than once a day, so I was doing like 2 or 3 times a day at least. So this value would have been a bit higher. So this is kind of like the minimal that it would be. It'd be probably not too much higher, but it would be higher. So I hope you found that interesting, guys. This is why if you can, don't harvest right now. There's so much damage you'll do to your gardens. In the future, there'll be a better time. So, yep, you took something from this, and let's get back to doing some videos and drip, hey? I'll keep you posted with my progress on the garden and any little deposits I can do and stuff. And I'll see you on the next video, guys. I'm about to compound my plants in a few minutes' time, so we'll be at 523, and that'll be. I'm just happy to be on the compound train again, and I want to get my garden, growing and into a great position for the next bull run. So, yeah, I'll see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching.